So Tony Khan recently was interviewed on the Rich Eisen show. Love Rich Eisen, by the way.
Yeah, it's
If
cool.
anyone doesn't know who he is, definitely look him up. Especially if you're into football, check him out. Much love to Rich Eisen. Big fan of his show. But Tony Khan was on there. And this is what he had to say. According to Fightful Wrestling at Fightful, Tony Khan says he would love to do a WWE / AEW Super Show. To quote, I would love it. I would love if that were possible. I don't know that it is, but it would be great if it was possible for the fans. I think that would be wonderful, but there are a lot of challenging business things in the world of pro wrestling that I think would make it a very challenging thing to do. He's got a point there. It would be very challenging, but Putty, I mean, we've seen stranger things happen before. What are chances do you think that AEW and WWE working together to put on a super show? Or even
Probably slim,
collabing?
probably slim to none. Isn't this TNA NXT beneficial for both parties?
Yeah.
What does AEW get out of it? What does WWE get out of it? AEW gets a chance to talk about, or our guys are on WTV, or we pin the WWE guy. I don't think it
Yeah.
benefits WWE in any way.
Especially the way how Tony Khan, the way how he acts on Twitter, on social media, in the interviews regarding WWE, like he would definitely, you're right, he would totally rub it in the face of like, say, like, Swerve pinned
That's Rollins.
Sheamus or anyone, Seth Rollins. Oh my God, yeah. Like, anyway, even though Swerve
That'd be a good
was
match.
WWE guy,
That would be a good match.
it would be a good match. Yeah, I mean, ultimately the fans would win for sure. I think
Oh yeah.
you'd be lying if you said you didn't want to see this happen.
No, not at all. I mean, sorry. Everyone would love to see this, right? I would love to see a second term for Joe Biden, but you can't get everything you want. You can't get everything you want, right? No, oh, you want something doesn't mean that you're going to get it because it doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make sense on paper, in reality. No. Go do it on W2K, right? Or whatever their game is called. Do it, but not in real life. No, I don't see the reasoning for it.
But did you ever see it happening with WWE and TNA? In all fairness,
No, not at all.
right? So, like, what's the big thing? The thing they say in wrestling: never
Never
say
seen.
never.
Yeah,
Right,
I didn't see it with AEW and TNA either.
right. They were the first ones to do it,
Yeah,
and but it was a very short partnership.
very short. Only a couple months, right? Only for Kenny Omega to get the title.
Right.
Someone said that like TNA didn't get anything from it. I forgot who it was. I think it might have been, was it Lexus King?
I feel like
But
everyone says TNA got nothing from it.
what are they
You know,
getting from here now? They're not
a
getting much.
lot.
They're not sending their
What
best.
TNA getting from WWE?
Yeah, they
You
need
don't
somebody
think they're
like they need like an AJ Styles down there. Get the OC down there. Give me some TNA guys, originals back down there.
well? Here's the thing, though. It's
You get the Dane. I forgot her first name. Dane and Lex. Whatever her name is.
Dana Brooke.
Not Dana Brooke. Dane and Tatum Paxley. You saw the crowd's reaction when they came out. Who? There's some pop for the no quarter catch crew. That got something. But you need like a juicy, like AJ Styles type guy back. That'd be cool.
But here's the thing. I mean, like, so far, the TNA is only on NXT. They're not on the main roster. Like I don't think I hear what you're saying. I don't think WWE at this juncture is going to send anyone from the main roster to TNA. If anything, yeah, I do agree in a sense that maybe it should be someone bigger that's more well known. Maybe Trick Williams, maybe Ethan Page. That would make sense. Maybe someone that's Roxanne, someone
Ethan
that's
Page is
more well known.
Ethan Page is dead. They killed him off in TNA.
Well, I mean, how many times have they done stuff like that, though? How many times have they done stuff like that? Um, but it's I think it's not fair to say that TNA is getting nothing from WWE. They're getting a spotlight here. Like Jordan Grace, Joe Hendry, like their status has been elevated quite a bit.
Oh, usually
And and
for a couple
then
months, and then they'll sign with WWE.
and then TNA Slammiversary. I mean, like they were sold out.
Yeah, and there was supposed to stuff happen. So there's travel delays. Delta screwed us up. There's supposed to be some surprises. I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's disappointing. What are the
right.
odds?
Of course, of course. But there's expected to be more throughout the coming months. So it's going to be a longer partnership than what TNA had with AEW. I
Yeah,
think you need to see how this plays out. I think already, though, TNA is definitely getting a lot more from WWE than what they did with AEW. They're looking great all around. It's been helping their numbers, it's been helping their attendance. AEW did none of that.
how great is Joe Hendry?
I mean, I believe. I think we all believe. We anytime we talk about Joe Hendry, I mean, he does wonders for our numbers on YouTube on here.
I'm not surprised to say his name.
Right. And he appears.
That's right.
I believe. But like
But also,
going back,
this
okay.
TNA partnership isn't something that's brand new. You know, they've been little partnerships for going years back for years. You know, that swap with Christian and Ric Flair. They did the TNA
Not to
table for
this extent,
three.
though. Not to this
No,
extent.
definitely not to the extent. But we didn't just start with this. There's been little crumbs leading us to this.
I mean, in a way, you could say kind of the same with AEW and WWE. Whenever excuse me, they interviewed Stone Cold with Chris Jericho when Chris
Yes,
Jericho
also
was
that's
in AEW.
you have a crumb now,
There was
right?
a
And then
crumb there.
there's WWE guys working with AEW, not working with them, but on the same show that Bloodsport. I forgot the guy's name offhand.
Right.
So the
Right.
crumbs may be laid, but will we get this? The TNA partnership with AEW? I'm not expecting
I
it
don't.
anytime soon.
Well, even you're talking about Super Show originally, right? And you notice I corrected myself when we first posed the question here because we haven't even seen a WWE TNA Super Show, and I don't know if that's actually going to happen because there are
No,
a lot of complications there with that. But like maybe a collab of some sort, maybe,
maybe. Never
maybe.
say never.
I think Tony Khan needs to cool it with his antics in order for WWE to consider that. Because like right now, yeah, if I'm Triple H, if I'm Nick Khan, if I'm Netflix, if I'm anyone involved in the decision making here in WWE, I see what Tony Khan's doing. I just read a few of his tweets, like, dude, we're not working with this guy.
No, yeah, that makes sense. From the business standpoint, he seemed to be a little loose, like with his the fingers. How's he in person? I don't know.
It's a shame though, because I really do feel like the fans would win in this. I think it would be awesome to see. I think the wrestlers would enjoy it because the wrestlers, I mean, they're all friends with each other ultimately.
Yeah,
So I think it would be really cool to see. It'd be great for business. Just like, they just got to play ball somehow, some way.